everybody. How are you? Boy, we're getting close to Christmas. We're coming down through the countdown time. It is so good to see you all. Hello, everybody. It is so good to see you. So, there is a lot to talk about this week. I wish I had more progress to show for you, but I think Susan can understand that because I saw from her pictures, she's been very busy, and I am so busy. The deadlines that, of course, I decided to make all these ornaments, but I can't be with my kids for Christmas. So I wanted to make as much as I could for them, so they feel like a little bit of mama is there. But anyway, so I've been busy making all these ornaments and things, and then I've got to get them in the mail. They steal 2 of my packages plus Susan's package. This stuff's not in the mail yet. And a little teeny package from Marcia. So I've got to get busy because if not, they're just not going to get it. So I have been working. I have been trying to be really good and say what needs to be done first. So let me show you my successes, and then I'll show you things I still need to work on. But I've only just started decorating the house because I said once the packages are mailed, then I can do things for me and decorate the house and relax. But until these packages are mailed, I'm going to be very concerned. So let me show you. I got my daughter's package of ornaments to her, and I made her one of these. This one is for my other daughter, my daughter Katie. And see the little bow in the back? I need to find a little black ribbon and put a little bow in her hair. But hello, Angela Adele. So we are very big fans of Miss RGB. RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's even got little shoes. But so I made this for my Katie, and I've got one more to make, and then I'll be done. So let me see if you can see her mouth. Oh, that's just a shadow in her mouth. There's not a mark on her mouth. That's just a shadow. So there's my Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and I'm so tickled. Oh, thank you, Miss Susan. Well, I've got them there, and I found out how to do them. You can mail packages right through the United States Postal Service, and so I just have to do it. So I was making these, and then for my granddaughters and myself, I made these Ruth Bader Ginsburg ornaments. I just took a plastic ball, put black paint in it, and then put the lace on it. So I have 3 of those ready to go. And it was so funny because when my Becky stopped by the other day, we had our mask on, we were outside social distancing, and she gave me a bag of seasonings of spices that my daughter had gotten me from a Mennonite store up in Delaware. And in that bag was this, which, I mean, how appropriate. And each of my daughters has made a mask for themselves out of this fabric. And now they sent me so that I can make a mask. So we are all Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And it's cute because my daughters evidently, they loved it and wanted a mask from her. And now they'll have their doll. And I just laid this on the fabric, cut it out, and stitched it up, and had such a good time doing it, let me tell you. So anyway, so this is going to be in the box for my daughter, Katie. Hello, everybody. I've been watching people come in. Oh, man. It went from like 6 to 12 people all of a sudden. So let's see. Susan and Nikki. Hello, Miss Nikki. And Marcia. And I just got a whiff. I put some, hold on, beef stroganoff in the slow cooker this morning. So I'm excited. I'm smelling it. It smells nice. Today I'm a little slow. I think I've been so focused on getting ready for the show that I'm a little stressed out. But I even went to bed early last night and got up early for me so I could get things done. There's never enough time, and I'm just glad to see all of you. So I'm just going to relax and enjoy your company and not worry. All right, so let's see. Who else did I see? Because I love Sonia's here. I love Miss Sonia. And Marsha, Nikki, Susan, Kathy Klein is here. Hello, Kathy, dear. And let's see. And Adele is here. Angela Adele is here. And who else? I saw it. Linda McCollum is here. And Linda and Susan, we have to get y'all together so we can plan a Jitsi night so we can do our slow sewing. And I'm sorry, I kind of let it drop, but, and is Nadine here? Michelle the Quilter is back. I'm so tickled. Oh, I'm so glad you like my doll. And she was, I started to say it was really easy to make, but it was a lot of work, but it was not complicated, you know. And I'll tell you my secrets. This time, this foot's a lot smaller than this one, because somehow when I cut it out a little wonky, because I just kind of drew what I thought was the shape. In fact, when my Becky got hers, one of the arms is noticeably longer than the others. So it's like, I'm making these out of love. This is not something I would make to sell, you know, it's just too much work. But I did it. I did enjoy it. And I used twist ties for the eyeglasses, and I used floss to do the face. So that was so much fun, and I'm so excited. I love when I kind of push myself a little bit and do something different. Okay, so, Nadine is here. And, oh, man, it's so good to see all of you. You're going to do it next year after the holidays. You know, that's probably a good idea because we are all just a little busy. But thank you. Thank you, Miss Nadine. So I'm all excited. I can't wait to make my Ruth Bader Ginsburg mask. I mean, that woman, she's a hero to me. She is a hero. And when I was watching the film of her, she was laying in state. And so the coffin was in the State House, or Senate, I think, the first woman. And she had a personal trainer who was trying to help her live as long as she could and as healthily as she could. And when he dropped down and did one-arm push-ups, I cried. I got to tell you, I cried. I thought, that brave woman, you know, working with a trainer until 87 years of age. So what a hero. What a hero. So let me see. So then what I've been working on, because I got most of my other ornaments done. I started work on Paisenki, the egg decoration, the German and Russian, I guess, mostly. The tradition of using hot wax to draw and dyes to color eggs. And it was an Easter tradition that, you know, now people do it for whatever reason or season. And so I started working on those, but that takes so long. And my dyes, I was having a hard time. The dyes are very old, 20 years old. So they weren't really 21 years old. They weren't working the best. So I was trying to work with them. I don't have that to show you, but maybe next week. So anyway, one of the things that I'm trying to get done, because I want to include it in the boxes that I have to ship, are these. And when I bought that bottle of chalkboard paint. I started looking up what kind of creative things can I do with chalkboard paint. Well, this is Days Until Christmas. I saw this online, and so Mark cut these out for me out of like a, I don't know if you want to call it a compressed MDF or something. And then I took and painted them red, then painted the chalkboard paint in a circle. And I'm going to turn that into like a Christmas ornament. I'm going to put a little top on it here, like a little Christmas ornament. And then you take the chalk, and like today, it's probably 13 days. No, or 12. It's 12 days to Christmas. Hold on. Let me get off this mistake of a day I put on. So each person in my family that I'm giving the sign to, I include a piece of chalk, and they can write the days. So the hardest thing I had to do is I found the font, the writing on one of the signs that I wanted to use. So I found this. So I imported the picture into my Adobe program, and then I cropped it down to just the lettering, and then I had to print it twice. The first time I said print it at 9 inches, it printed it at 10.5. Well, I couldn't use that because it has to be able to fit beside the black circle. When I did my daughter Becky's, I've already completed one. When I did it for my daughter Becky, I did it by hand. I looked at this and did it by hand, but it made it nerve-wracking for me. And I don't have that good a handwriting. So what I did this time is I thought I had a piece of, what do you call this? Hold on, let me, I want to grab it without making a mark, because altogether I'm making 5 of these. And I'm making one for me, one for each of my children, and one for a dear friend who's always loved telling me how many days it is till Christmas. And so anyway, so I took and I printed this, and so I wouldn't have to waste ink. I lightened the color to just an outline, and then I found, what is this? Susan will know what this is. It's the word but you trace on it, Susan will know what this is. So anyway, so what I did with this is carbon paper. I knew she'd know it. She's so smart. So I found this sheet of carbon paper, and I cut it and taped it. And then I took the sign and I put this right where I wanted to put the writing. And then I laid this down, making sure that's centered like I wanted. Although, let me move it down just a little bit. Hold on, let me move a couple things. You can tell I've been busy working. And I just laid it down here, and then while holding it, I take a pencil and I outline. I just draw the outline for the lettering. And then I'm going to take different size paintbrushes to make it easier. I'm going to take different size paintbrushes and paint it. Because with the sign I made for my daughter, Becky, there, see how it shows up? So now, how much easier is that to paint than to try to look at this and duplicate it on my own? So as you see, here's this one all ready to go. And I was thinking about using this, but I'm thinking a paintbrush might be easier. But I don't know if I can get it to come out right now. But this thing is great for making the dots. I know that for sure. Nope, it's clogged up. What I do to unclog these little bottles is just, whoops. It would help if I had my glasses on. Bonnie's not here to tell me to put my glasses on anymore. She was always good at, Deb, put your glasses on. Well, this really got stopped up. It's been a couple days since I used it, and I'm having a hard time getting it in there. Anyway, but I love these bottles. I ordered a pack of these. Hi, Cheryl, and Mary Zara's here. And Sarah's here, Quilting for the Soul. But I got a pack of about 20 of these the other day. And I can't use them until my Christmas, because they're for Christmas. But anyway, so then once I get this painted white and it's dry, then I will come along with and hot glue this in the corner and some berries or a little piece of Christmas greenery. Now, I didn't bring it down, but what I did is, have you ever gotten the paper bags that are so popular right now, and they have a twine handle, or it's not really twine, it's kind of like a rolled paper handle? Well, I went around and looked through the stash of extra bags and pulled off that rolled paper handle. It gives it a really nice look. So the writing will be in white, Days to Christmas. It'll have the decoration, and then I will hot glue one of the rolled twine looking type handles. And really cute. Scrap wood out of the garage. Paint I already had, except for the chalkboard paint. And so, pretty good gift for on the cheap. It was so funny. I had one of these happy moments yesterday because I wanted to try to do, not anytime soon, but I wanted to try to do some hand crocheted lace, because doing this Ruth Bader Ginsburg kind of made me wish I could just really do some fine lace. So I looked in a drawer just to see if I had any pearl cotton, something kind of delicate. And sure enough, I had plenty. I said, the one thing that's nice about being 64 is I've collected quite a bit of junk in my day. And when it comes to craft supplies, I merely have to look and boom, there it is. So that's kind of cool. That's the one part about getting older. And when people give away stuff, I'll take it because I know I can use it. So, all right. So I showed you the signs. And for those of you who might not have seen, I made us an Our Time to Quilt ornament and even put Our Time to Quilt and used those Jacquard Lumiere paints. And Santa is bringing me a sampler pack of the metallics because the metallics are amazing. And so here is our group ornament. And I love it. So, all right. Oh, another thing. You know how I made the little gingerbread man with the masks on? Well, I'm loving having these. Besides giving them to my children, and I gave it to one of, I sent one for a friend of hers too. But I love having these made. And I used the Crayola air dry clay and made them. Then I mixed up some acrylic paint and painted them. And then I used the little tiny bottles to do the little icing and the eyes and buttons. Then I used a real little piece of fabric, glued it on, outlined it with the paint, and made sure to sign and date it on the back. Now these, I forgot to put the hole through, so I hot glued the ribbon on the back. But I made a dozen of these. I've had the best time. I, I went to Michael's the other day to do a curbside pickup because there's no contact. I roll a window down in the back of my van. They put the package in. She just, from a distance, looks at my ID to make sure I am that person. So I had to go the other day because I've got a project to show you today, and I needed pretty felt squares. They were only 39 cents a piece. So I ordered them online and went, and through their app, within 10 minutes, she had brought the stuff out to the car and thanked me. And I told myself, if she's a nice person, I'm going to give her one of these gingerbread men. So I gave her one. She was a little surprised, like, oh, okay, thanks. But I'm going to give them to the mailman, to the refuse people. I'm going to anybody that I cross paths with that I think would make them happy. I'm going to give them one. So I'm going to be making even more of those once I get these packages mailed out. So the good news is everything that I sent to grandchildren sent by Amazon, they did great. They did really good. So, and I went ahead and paid a little extra and had them sent to them because I've got this package of stuff, but I didn't want to be sitting here waiting and waiting. I'm still waiting on a box with books on it, but if it doesn't come in soon, if it doesn't come in the next 2 days, I'm going to send the boxes out anyway and have to mail the books again. Don't forget, if you're mailing books and magazines and nothing else, no fabric, nothing, just books or magazines, you can send it by, the word was just in my brain and I forgot, media mail. You can send it media mail, and it is half the cost of regular postage. But you have to be honest and only be books or magazines. Okay? All right. So one of the things I told you I'm putting a piece of chalk in with every sign. Oh, and remember that I did, I bought some boxes of chalk because do you remember I did the chalkboard balls? And in fact, they're back on that table. And let me see, I put my ornaments over there. I'm really pleased. I've done a good job of cleaning up this room. And in fact, I'm not sure if you'll be no, probably not. But I wish you could see my counter back there because I put away all my fabric. Yay! I had to. Doing all of this crafting, I couldn't find stuff. And I can't be. Media mail is probably slower just because it's probably not at high priority. First class, priority, those go a lot faster. But one of the things that I got from Michael's were these boxes of colored chalk. And so each grandchild is going to get 3 pieces of colored chalk to go with their chalkboard painted ornaments so that they can color on their own ornament every year. So, they're getting a little older, so hopefully they're not, oh, great, Nana. And they'll have a little bit of fun, at least when no one's watching. We all love Christmas, as long as no one's watching. I love this ornament. I wanted to show this again because I love miniature things. I love creating little worlds of magic. In fact, you know what? Nadine, I tell you, there's so many things that I have in common with Nadine because we both love that magic, that feeling, to having the little miniature little lands, little fairy lands, and collections of sweet stuff. I tell you what, the grown-up world sometimes is not very much fun. So if I can add a lot of magic to my world by loving cute and soft and fluffy and shiny things, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. So, today I had planned to have this Christmas tree quilt completed. Here it is. Donna Jordan from Jordan Fabrics designed this. And I will write a link to the pattern at the bottom of this when we're done. But I love this little pattern, and it's not too big. The blocks are 2 inches and cut 2 inches, and so it sews up to be quite reasonable. Here are the first 3 rows, and you trim them off. She staggered them so you don't even have to match the seams. How lucky is this? Oh, I agree with you, Deborah. It's those kind of magic and the sweet, just the things that make you smile. That to me is the important thing. Life goes by quickly, and you know what? Make the best out of it that you can. So, I one time heard that, if they don't pay your bills, they don't get to tell you how to live. And that is very true. That is very true. Oh, I love that, Nadine. I love that. And isn't life wonderful when you look on it as an adventure, as an opportunity to create? So anyway, but these are the first 3 rows. And I tried my best to get time to work on this week. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you is I wanted to let Donna Jordan of Jordan Fabrics know that I was highlighting her quilt pattern this week, and that I gave you the link. I gave y'all the link to her newsletter and her website so that you could get this for yourself. And I also told her in what part of last week's live stream. I said, we talk about Jordan Fabrics off and on through the entire thing, but the specific time when I was talking about her, because I thought to myself after I talked about her shop, I should let these people know that we appreciate the work they do, their generosity, and the wonderful items they have for sale. In fact, I ordered 2 yards of fabric from her shop this week because, I'm working on my Art Deco quilt and I needed some gold. There's a lot of gold bling in the Fiore line of fabric that I got. But when I happened to open up a Jordan Fabrics email, bam, I saw it. It was called Alexandria, and it is a fabric line based on the tombs in Egypt, and just gorgeous. So, of course, one fabric had so many colors and designs. I had to get a yard, but mainly I wanted this one gold shiny fabric. And I think it's going to be I needed one more fabric for my Art Deco quilt, and then I'll finish that pattern. Because to write the pattern, I really have to make at least 1 block, mock up a block so that I can describe to you how it's going to go together. But anyway, so I'm trying very hard to stay focused to get this done. I've got, out of the 9 rows, I've got 4 completed. This is the bottom and this is the tree trunk. But I wanted to tell you, when I wrote Donna Jordan and thanked her, she wrote me an email back. As busy as they are right now, she wrote me an email back and thanked me. And she said it was nice to know that there are groups and people out there who appreciate the work they do. And remember, I told you, she's the only shop I know of. Her husband cuts their own, they have their own line of pre-cuts because they didn't like the zigzag, the pinking that's done on most pre-cuts because it's linty and some people feel like they lose a little bit of that fabric. So her husband does the pre-cuts by hand. What a wonderful fellow he is. So if you've ever wanted to get nice, smooth pre-cuts without the lint, without the pinking, go look at Jordan Fabrics. I find that they're good, middle of the road price shop. They often have sales. Their newsletter's free. They give you free patterns in a lot of the newsletters and free patterns on their site. So I like to give a shout out to shops. I don't get any compensation. I just want to let you know when I find a shop that I think you would appreciate. So anyway, and when a shop owner takes the time to create patterns and to give them out for free, you can't beat that. So I will put the link to this free pattern so you can go get it, and you could make this up easily in an evening if you can sit and focus, unlike me. So anyway, I just wanted to show you. I'll show you a pet peeve. Thank you, Miss Susan. There's the Jordan Fabric Shop. And the fabric, the one that had the gold in it, I think it's Alexandria, like Alexandria, Egypt. And oh my gosh, it is beautiful fabric. And I've got some other fabric during pictures I'll show you today. But see, I love the scrappy look of this tree. I think it makes the tree pop. One thing though, I wanted my light to come from one direction because I love how this is the light's hitting here and that's the shadow. But they bounce it around the tree, which you can do if you want. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have a dark half and a light half. So it's taking me longer because I'm having to lay out the rows going from light to dark. And then I don't want two fabrics in like right under each other. So here I have this. Then I had to come and get some different fabrics to make some more lights and darks because I didn't quite have enough to get, like I added this one, which how sweet is this? Whoops, I didn't have you right twisted down. But I had to come and get some more fabrics so that I had enough to have lights and darks of the ends. Here's a row. I was just working on row number 4. I got this far. But this is a sweet little quilt. I'll try to have it ready and basted next week so then I can show you how I'm going to quilt it right here on my domestic machine. So that's what I'm planning. I had hoped to do it today, but I ran out of time. So, okay. Anyway, and I've got my little ruler because it really helps when I cut oversized blocks to make half square triangles and trim them down. That way I can make sure I get a really nice cut. Movie watch to you guys. Oh, you're off to bed now. Okay, Nadine, it's so nice to see you. And I know this catches you at a bad time, but we love our time with you. Thank you, Miss Nadine. Now, I told myself this week, since I took all that time to clean up, that I'm going to clean up every time I finish sewing so that I don't have this big mess to clean up. So I just put all of my Christmas tree fabrics in this bundle and with the pattern and put them in my basket to take upstairs. So now looks pretty good. I haven't left a mess down here. I forgot to put my little ruler in with it. And that's another reason I keep Ziploc bags. I recycle Ziploc bags and keep them so I can put projects in bags so you don't lose things. Because there's nothing more frustrating than going to look for something you knew you had and you can't find it. All right. So here is today's project. And I think this came from Craftsy. Yes, I'm pretty sure. This came from Craftsy. And what I'm going to do is make garland from felted light bulbs. And that's why I had to put a new order in from Michael's. And I happened to see I get their newsletter. Although, tell you what, I probably need to stop the newsletter after Christmas because I see things and go, oh, I'd like to make that. Well, at some point you have to stop buying stuff, Deb. So, but I watched this woman make it on Craftsy, and I thought, that's really cool. So let me show you what I did. I had a cereal box, and I cut out these shapes. And I did this off the side panel wherever I thought that the cardboard was the thickest. Woo! Oh, you started a blog. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. I'll have to check that out. So what I did is I had this cardboard, so I cut the shapes. And what I found is I had a hard time doing a symmetrical shape. So what I ended up doing is I drew a side that I really liked, laid it on the cardboard, drew it, then put it right in the same place. I had a mark, lined it up, and that way it would be symmetrical. Okay, so this is easy. Anybody can cut out their own shapes. Then I took, and I think first I was thinking of hot gluing them. I don't think I'm going to hot glue them because just doing this little part, it made it really hard and I burned my fingers. So I think I am going to sew it. And I thought, well, I don't want to change colors of thread because I've got a lot of colors here. Well, I said, if I make the stitch small enough, I bet you won't be able to see the thread anyway. And that's the beauty of felt. It is so good to see Miss Sarah. It is so good to see Miss Sarah. Welcome back, Miss Sarah. So here's what I did. I ordered 2 of red, 2 of yellow. I ordered a Caribbean blue because you know my thing with like a bluey turquoise now. But they were out of that. But 2 of green. This is the only blue they had, but it's still a very pretty blue. And a nice pink. And then I ordered gray because that was going to be the little bulb holder right here. And as I said, I was going to hot glue these on, but it's made them so stiff and it burned my fingers because I didn't realize it would come through the felt that easily. But here is how you make this. These are pretty easy. You just cut out a rectangle. Okay? You cut out a rectangle, and that's for the base of the bulb. Now, I keep scraps of batting, stuffing, whatever. I easily always have scraps of stuffing. But the woman on the Craftsy series suggested using your little scraps of felt that you get from the leftovers of cutting these bulbs. But let me show you what I do. Luckily, buying 2, I have a front and a back, and I just take my pattern. Let me move these. And aren't those pretty colors? I think it's going to make a nice garland. But I take, and you just lay this on, and you can use anything. I don't want to have something that's going to get ink or pencil on the rest of the felt. Now this might not be leaving enough. Nope, that didn't leave enough of a line. Well, you know what my favorite thing is to use to draw. So let me show you this. This is my favorite. And I saw these on sale the other day because it's hard sometimes to find these. It's got a little metal wheel that rolls and brings chalk and puts it out as you roll it along the edge. That is wonderful. And it might not show up good on the thing, but it's perfect, perfect, perfect. So now I like to save. You know how cheap I am, ladies. So what I'm going to do is put this one along here. Instead of putting them end to end, I'm going to tuck this as long as it doesn't stick out too far. With felt, there's no warp or weft. There's no grain lines, so put it whichever way you want. And this is just a cheap acrylic felt, perfect for a project like this. So I just go along, and then here, I'll probably put this here, tilt that over and away, so I waste very little. And then, and this marker is so easy. You could use a ballpoint pen as long as it doesn't have sloppy ink, you know? But there we go. Then, after you've drawn those on, you cut them out. You've got 2 at a time, which is really nice. They help hold on to each other. And you just easily cut them out. Make sure this is going to be the finished edge. So if you cut it a little bit sloppy, go back and smooth that out because you're going to see that edge. All right. So now come over to the machine. And I have a gray thread, so I make sure that I've got a 1.8 stitch length, something nice and short. Okay, something nice and short. And you just come in here and sew it about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. And what you could do is cut these out while you're watching TV. Then you can go sew them on your machine and then go back to watching TV and stuff them and then come back to the machine and sew on the bottom of the bulb. Now, one thing I did by mistake is do not sew down the neck because you have to stuff it. So I've got to pull these stitches out carefully. I've got to pull these stitches out carefully because I won't be able to stuff it if I leave that neck stitched like that. And don't worry if you rip it a little bit or it's a little tattered because the bulb, the gray color that we put on for the base of the bulb will cover that. Okay, so now you have this open. All right. What I'm going to do now is get my stuffing, and I'm going to pull it out in little bits, and I'll tell you why. What did I do with my pusher? I had a... What did I do with that? I made one just earlier. Oh, well, I'll use this pencil that didn't work so good. But by using a small little bit, I can try to get it in here. And it's best to use a wooden pusher because wood tends to grab onto the stuffing better than something smooth or shiny. And see how I just push it in? This is the only thing that's a little bit fussy with it. And push it in and push it down to the end of the bulb. Okay? Then put your next little piece. You just have to get a dense enough piece started so that the pencil will grab it. Now, if you have, I have a skewer, but it's a little too thin. Oh, let me see. I have, this is perfect, chopsticks. I never learned how to eat food with chopsticks, but they're great for stuffing things. So do you see how I'm stuffing it? But start with little bits. If you try to take a big piece of stuffing to shove in there, it won't work. Ask me how I know. I learned making the Ruth Bader Ginsburg doll that if I tried in those skinny little arms and legs, if I tried to use a big piece of stuffing, it just wouldn't budge. I couldn't get it down to the end of the arm or the leg. But using a smaller piece, hold on, I think that pencil worked better than even this, because it's the way that wood, it just kind of grabs. It's a little rough, and there we go. So I just push this in. I don't know how much more I need. You decide how much you want. Now you can use cotton balls. You can use scraps of fabric. It doesn't matter what you stuff it with. In fact, you don't even have to stuff it. But I love giving it more of a realistic shape. But I love, when I saw this, I fell in love with it because my favorite Christmas thing is the Grinch and Dr. Seuss, and these look like Dr. Seuss bulbs. It just gives that humor to the holiday. I am having a hard time getting this one in, but of course I'm holding it so you can see, so it's not the easiest. Let me try to use the other end of the pencil and see if, there we go. I think that worked much better. The broader the end, the easier it is to grab that stuffing and push it, because it tends to want to stick onto the felt. Okay, come on. Last piece in. Here we go. So I think using the end really helped. Okay? So now let me cut the gray. And then I'll show you how to sew that on. And this is something that is easy, inexpensive. If you have scraps of felt at home, you don't even have to buy any. But I'm very thankful to Craftsy for giving me this idea. All right, so I'm going, did you see how I folded it over the opening of the bulb? Then I'm going to stick it under here, making sure that the sides are as close to even as you can get them. I am not going to worry if it's not absolutely perfect. This is a cute little fun thing. Now, another reason to sew the end of the bulb on too is I need to leave space for a string to run through. So I'm only going to sew up just a part of the way. Let me show you that. Depending on how big of a ribbon or string that you are going to, okay. I left an opening here, and I may want to leave it open just a little more. So you may have to get, so here I'm going to start this way. I should have made, where is my needle up? Hold on 1 second. There it is. Hold on just a second. My scissors say they didn't finish. Okay, so now I've got it on needle up, and I'm going to bring it down to about halfway. Stick it under here, and then sew back up to where I finished last time. Okay, so I'll get good enough. What I'd like to do is get good enough to start sewing here and across and up. And I think that's much better than hot gluing. And I think it's even better than hot gluing the edge. So I really like that. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
So that is, oh, you got a bunch of felt at a garage sale. Oh, that's a great idea. Don't you love ideas? And by us sharing, we can find fun things to do. Because to me, Christmas Day is one day. But when I can do this kind of crafting, I can make Christmas last the whole month. So, and I don't know, let me see, 1, 2, 3, about 13 times 39 cents. So it's not expensive. And scraps of fabric or batting, whatever. You could even put toilet paper in there. But Then I would run a ribbon through this, and I'm going to make a garland to hang up. So if you wanted to just do this, then put one of those little hooks on it or a little piece of ribbon to make an ornament for the tree. The woman also said you could make this be the gift tag on the package or a decoration to stick on with the bow. So cute, cute, cute. You decide what size, what shape. You could even make Christmas balls if you didn't want to make bulbs, whatever shape you want. But I know with this shape, I can get a lot of these out of my 9 by 12 pieces of felt. So that is today's project. And now I have 2 done, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. And this year, I tell you, I got to be honest, crafting is keeping me happy. I haven't seen my newest grandson yet. He's 3 months old. I haven't seen my other grandson, who's 20 months old, almost 21 months old. I haven't seen him since last Christmas. I don't think I saw him in the spring because the COVID came then. So that can get really depressing. And there's no hope of seeing them until at least 6 months away. So doing this crafting is a great way to keep my spirits up, to keep my hands busy. And I got to tell you, ladies, they've done studies. People with hobbies are much happier and healthier. It is true. Gives you a reason to get up in the morning. Because I don't think anybody ever said, oh, goody, I can't wait to get up and clean the house. I don't think they ever did. But doing these crafts has been such a good thing for my soul. So I'll take these upstairs with me tonight and cut them out. And then I'll be able to sew them up and stuff them in front of the TV and then sew them again. The great thing about the felt, it's a finished edge. There's nothing you don't have to worry about fraying or unraveling. And it's easy. Once you put the stuffing in there, it doesn't pop back out. So that's a neat thing. This is easy fun. So that's that. So anyway, I've got the signs to finish to mail out. I haven't finished the advent calendars. So now it's almost halfway through the month. So they'll be next year's gift. But the 2 grandsons, I've made them for my other grandchildren. The 2 grandsons who I'm going to make these for, they're only 20 months and 3 months. So they're not really old enough to get it yet. So if I make them for them next year, I think if I can get the books I ordered a bunch of children's classics from a used bookseller. What a great, great thing to do. And I got them a bunch of them so I can make sure they have all of our family favorites, because that's the kind of tradition stuff I like passing on. I'm going to get ready and show you photographs, because talk about grandparenting and passing on beautiful things. I've got some pictures that some of you have sent me. Beautiful stuff. Also, yes, we are going to do photos. Also, I wanted you to know, if you would like to send photos to me, and I can put them on the air and show them during our photo time, please send them to ourtimetoquilt@twc.com. And I will happily show your photos. All right, let's go to photos. Let me turn out this light. And one day I'm going to get professional and learn how to do it a better way. But I haven't had a moment to try to think about training on a brand new program. So sorry, but this is the best we can do for now. But at least we get to enjoy them. All right. Let me move the microphone out of the way. Okay. And if some of you are new here, I apologize that I have to move the camera around, but I don't have one of the expensive programs with like 4 different camera angles and all that. Maybe one day, but we do this for fun and we do it the best way we can. Let me get a drink of water. Hold on one second. Ah, that's better. All right. Here we go. Oh, I wanted to show you. I opened up the email this morning from Jordan Fabrics. And this is the fabric they're highlighting right now. And let me get it to pop open. Beautiful fabric. Okay, let me open this. It is so beautiful. Pardon me. I always touch the wrong thing. Okay. So, no, I don't. Oh, let me see. Okay. I pushed the wrong button and I'm not sure what to do to make it better, but let me see. Whoops. All right, so here's the fabric, and this is a new fabric line they were showing today. You'll have to go to jordanfabrics.com and see their new fabric line. I tried to remember. Oh, it's Copacabana. Okay, this is the new fabric. This is Violet Baby's Breath. I love that. This is Peace Baby's Breath. I guess that's what I put. But I just love some of the fabrics that they highlight. This is Hydrangea Fern Twigs. And this is Grape Juice. So I just love their fabrics. This is Shave Ice Abstract Sunflowers. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love that. All right. Now let me go to Bonnie. Made sure to let us know what the Kona color of this year is. And it is called Horizon. And it looks like it's a kind of a, it says it's a perfectly serene sky blue. Almost got a little turquoise look to it. But wonderful. Thank you, Bonnie, for letting us know what the Kona color of the year. Because a lot of times I pay attention to that. I'm going to show you one more time Miss Cheryl's wonderful Christmas quilts that she did for the apartment community that she lives in. And I just love it. I just love it. So talented. And she has got a way with landscape quilts. I think she has a lot of talent. Look at that horse pulling the Christmas tree. How beautiful. Look at the farm with the snow on the roof. She is something else. I couldn't be more pleased. Then she made the snowman for them. And they made an entire windows Christmas display using with her items as the centerpieces. Isn't that beautiful? That way everyone who lives there gets to enjoy her work. Just beautiful. But thank you, Miss Cheryl, for bringing joy to everyone like you do. I don't think I have any pictures this week. Now, we've got some things that Deborah Donnell shared with us last week. And this is a beautiful quilt. She's got a new long arm, you remember. And she's done a Baptist fan on here. I'm very impressed. I have yet to do a Baptist fan. Makes me just a little nervous. But take a look at where she's got her long arm. Look at that sunroom and that view out on the snow. Boy, if that didn't inspire you to do beautiful long arming, I don't know what would. That is gorgeous. And here is a landscape quilt she did. And she did it from a kit, but it is great. I just love that. And now that she's done that in kit form, I know that she would make a beautiful landscape of her own design. But either way, that is lovely. Way to go, sweetie. Way to go. All right. Now we're going to Jody, I just want to show one more time because I just love this Van Gogh. The little tiny pieces she used, that is amazing. Amazing. I don't know if I can make it. No, I can't make it any larger. But all of these are tiny little pieces that she pieced in. She's so talented. So absolutely talented. Amazing. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. This is what Miss Linda she has captivated us with this. And so after Christmas, we're going to get together on Jitsi, which is like a Zoom. It is a free online chatting interface so that we can get on there and we can all talk. We can all hear each other and we can sew together. And she's going to show us her techniques on slow sewing. And I love it because you can just grab any little things, buttons, lace, trims, charms, anything you can find. She makes her own yo-yos. You could use your own crochet or tatted lace. How wonderful. And she makes these, and they're just a lot of fun. Here's her slow sewing Christmas ornaments. She makes them while watching TV and then has gifts to give to people. How wonderful is that? So come back after the first of the year or after Christmas holiday. We'll announce it on our Sunday in the future. And I just wanted to show you, I was talking about Miss Nadine's love of magic. And in the morning, she loves to find a photo to shoot that just to remind her of the beauty of the earth and that it will all work out. There can't be any worries when you see how beautiful the earth is. So it is a wonderful life and a wonderful world. There we go. And then she went and made some wonderful gingerbread cookies. And she has got horses and hearts. And I'm not sure what this is, Christmas ornaments, but beautiful, beautiful things. So way to go, Miss Nadine. And then go the other way. I love, Miss Nadine is from Germany. And look at these cookie presses, the impression that the cookie presses made. It's just absolutely beautiful. I think I can make it a little bit bigger. But deer and snowmen and St. Nicholas and Christmas trees and wreaths, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So look at this. Now these, you have the impression and then I think a little bit of icing on top of the cookies. But they're so pretty, I would hate to eat them. They're beautiful. Look at this stag. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Way to go, Miss Nadine. Thank you for sharing those with us. Now let's see, who else has pictures? Patricia Fry was busy. She heard through the Christmas grapevine that her family needed new stockings. So being the amazing grandmother that she is, she made them all brand new stockings. Isn't that wonderful? That is just wonderful. And I love some of the names of the children. Those are great names. All right. So that is fantastic. Way to go. And you remember last week she made some of the gifts for her family too. Okay. Now, we've got some special pictures here. Well, the first one I'm going to show you from this grouping is, come on, open up picture. This is Miss Nikki's photo. she finished this diamond painting. Look at all those tiny little pieces. She finished this diamond painting that she made for her dad, for Rick. And I think that is beautiful. Way to go, Miss Nikki. I mean, that's really an accomplishment. That truly is an accomplishment. So way to go, Miss Nikki. Yay! And now, to show you where she gets some of that amazing talent, I'm going to show you what Susan's been working on. Look at these beautiful applique blocks. Just gorgeous. I love the one with the bird and the butterfly. So beautiful. Okay, let's see the next one she's been doing. Beautiful, beautiful. She had been, I don't know if I've ever seen Miss Susan make so much. I think Miss Bonnie has been such a good influence on her. I love the batik in this one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Hawaiian applique. That's just beautiful. Okay, let's see. All right. This is so cool. I'm going to try to use this and enlarge. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Whoops. I don't know how that happened. Okay, here we go. I love this. And you know, a lot of the historic quilts, when they did applique, they would do animals and insects, things they would see outside their window. So that has a really nice tradition in applique work. Then she is quilting. She cannot go and see grandchildren either. And so here is a cute dinosaur quilt for a grandson. Isn't that precious? I love it. I love the colors she chose. Way to go. Okay, and then of course, ooh, this is pretty. I think I missed this one. All of those, pardon me for the hiccup, all those blocks put together. They're beautiful. Oh, they're laid out, but they're not put together yet because I know she wouldn't put all those in a lump. They're too pretty to put all in one place. That is a nice collection, a nice body of work, Miss Susan. Beautiful. Okay. And oh, here is her Jacksonville Christmas. This is all red work. Isn't that beautiful? That's a lot of handwork. The applique and the red work. That is all beautiful, intricate work. And here's for the granddaughter. Pink and white. Isn't that just beautiful? Just beautiful. Way to go, Miss Susan. I think that was the last one. So beautiful work. Now let me go back, make sure I didn't miss someone else. Did I miss anything else? I don't think I did. If I did, I apologize. So that was that. But good job, people. Good job. And you've given us so much to be excited about. I appreciate it. All right. I've noticed that when I turn off a light, the camera has to kind of refocus. And when you turn it back on, it's like, wait a minute. I didn't know you were going to refocus. So anyway, wasn't that wonderful? Wasn't that just wonderful? Bonnie helped with, oh, that's wonderful. Well, I'm really tickled. Susan, you're doing beautiful, beautiful work. And I hope that you have found that it's as good for your soul as it is for mine to be creative. And that's so important. The vaccines are starting. They're on the road with U.S. Marshals guarding that precious cargo. But still, we're going to have to be social distance and wear masks for at least 6 months for them to try to get enough people vaccinated. So hold in there, hold on. And, so far the shots that they gave, the vaccinations they gave in England, it went well. Unless you have unless you're allergic to a vaccination like the flu shot, I think you're going to be just fine. And the efficacy is wonderful. It's a good thing. So that was wonderful seeing all of your work. I think I've about run out of anything. Do you have any questions? Any questions on, is there a quilt you're working on that you're having a hard time with? Anything like that? I would love to help you. So do you have any kind of questions? Aren't you proud of your mom? But Nikki, I'm so proud of you too. Isn't that the truth, Susan? I tell you what, that's one thing I love about quilters. It's not that things don't bother us, but we find good, constructive, creative ways to deal with it. My daughter was so tickled when I had this whole box of ornaments that I made for her the other day. And that's what I want. It's like I can't hug you. I can't come visit with you. I miss you terribly, but I can give you something, a part of me that I took the time to make. So, and I think it matters. And I think that the quilts you made for those grandbabies, they're going to love it. Love it. On the long arm, I tend to set mine at 14. You can do anywhere from 9 to 18, but 14 looks right for me and feels right. I don't want them too long and I don't want them too short. And I always work now on the regulator so that as I speed up, the stitches speed up. As I slow down, it slows down. Because if you don't use the regulator, unless you're really good, your stitch length will vary. And that is distracting. So for me personally, 14 works out good. I find that it slows me down enough I'd get better looking stitches too. Oh, yes, Sarah, do you belong? We would love to have. Yes. Oh, gosh, Sarah, that'd be wonderful. Okay, any other questions? Linda McCollum is so talented. Oh, my gosh, she is a true artist. And I'm thrilled she's a part of our group because she's going to, the better, the more talent you can bring into a group, you elevate everyone. It's a rising tide lifts all boats. And the more people we have with wonderful talents, the more we're going to be inspired to do our best work. So we're very lucky to have so many talented people. Sonia, oh my gosh, Sonia Johnson, she's amazing. So talented. We have Deborah Donnell, who's talented. Linda McCollum, Sarah, our Quilting for the Soul, Miss Jody. Oh my gosh. And you saw Susan's work. That's absolutely beautiful. So we have so many talented people. And Nikki is in training. She's already got a great start and she's doing wonderfully. So we have some very, very talented people. Oh, will I get a shot? Yes, I will absolutely get a vaccine. I have no questions. If you've heard any silly rumors like they're going to put microchips in vaccines, no, they're not. And I know if Dr. Fauci says it's good to take, that's all I need. That man is a genius and a hero. And I will take that. I can't wait to take my vaccination. 2 of them. Don't forget. Takes 2 for you to be fully covered. So let's see. Any other questions? Oh, Yeah, well, I enjoy Susan, you're making me blush, girlfriend. So, but yes, please spread the word. Get your vaccines as soon as you're able. I can't bear the number of people we're losing. And we're losing so many of us older folks who have so much accumulated wisdom, knowledge, generous spirit. And so hold on. I have sunlight coming in on me and it's driving me nuts. Okay. But I don't want to lose a single one of you more than we have to. I don't want to lose myself. So get the vaccinations, wear the mask. The masks are amazing. I would feel naked without my mask. I would feel too risky without my mask. And the nice part is I don't have to put much makeup on. Put a little mascara, put a mask on and going out. So, any other questions? Anything else? Oh, honey, you've been so busy, Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah, you are an angel on earth. Oh, thank you, Miss Nikki. That was sweet of you. Miss Sarah, you're an angel on this earth, taking in 2 of your grandchildren or 1 niece and grandniece and a grandchild. That baby is going to have so much love and such a good life in your warm arms. You are a hero, and don't let anybody tell you different. These grandparents that raise these babies are true heroes in my book. And what a lucky, lucky girl. So thank you for what you're doing, honey. Thank you for what you are doing. So, but be safe, wear a mask, any other kind of questions you might have. I got some new ornaments in, so I got my polyurethane. I got a new pack of glue, and some of the colors are amazing. So I will be showing you some of those next week. I mean, acid green and just amazing, just amazing colors. Okay, well, I tell you what, the generosity, the beauty, and the talent in this group, it lifts my heart. When I get off of here, my feet don't even touch the ground because it's been so much fun to spend this time with you and to learn from you. And I am, but I don't know when. I'm trying to get time to do Etsy, and I do want to because they're a lot of fun. And I told Mark, if I just can cover some price of materials so I can keep doing them. But I have looked into it. I've just got to get it all in one location. And is there anything in particular that you like or you might be interested in for me to sell? So let me know. Okay. And these, I can put a bunch of these on there. This, I can do this. This is a lot more work, but maybe for the right price, I would do it. But anyway, it doesn't cost me much in materials to make her, but it's just the hours. So, because I do it all by hand. Well, I stitch around the body and I stitch around the dress, but everything else is by hand. So the hair is put on by hand, everything. Yeah, the ornament one, I can put these puppies on there. That's not a problem. That is fun and easy. So, yeah, I will look into that. Let me see if I can get these boxes mailed out in the next couple days. I will look into it. Y'all make me feel sweet. Y'all make me feel sweet. So, and the Our Time to Quilt Flamingo. Yes, I can make these, except I don't have any more of these flamingos. But you know what? I could paint one on. I could certainly do these. That would be fun to have to have these. Honestly, that would be so much fun. If I didn't have so many medical bills, it'd be nice if I made and just sent you all one out of the goodness of my heart. But my pocketbook's a little tight right now because these medical bills are something else, girlfriends. But I got to tell you, I am feeling so good. And I feel like a normal person now. I can go pretty much all day. My site is not up yet, but when I get it, I will put it on here and I'll put it on our groups IO. And if I've been talking to you today and you're not a member of our groups IO, please send me an email at ourtimetoquilt@twc.com and I will invite you. So we want to make sure we know who you are when we invite you, because it's a wonderful group where we can all be very safe and just chat and have a good time. And as you can tell, Miss Susan does our jitsies, and they are fun. And now that I'm feeling good, I'd like to do some jitsies. So that's wonderful. Yes, maybe next year we can have an ornament exchange. This year's been tough, but next year's got to be better, right? So, all right, everybody. Any other questions? Oh, it is hard when you have to. I don't know if I told you this, but I've already paid almost $1,000, and I got billed for $1,400 more, and that I haven't even gotten the bill for the hospital stay. So, and that was 4 days. I was only approved for 3, and it was 4. We're going to see. But it's like, okay, that got my attention. Everybody have a good week ahead. Please stay safe. Hang on there. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Stay more than 6 feet away, because we want you around when this is all over, okay? Promise me. Things are going to get better. Oh my gosh, they're going to get better. I love what's already going to be coming in January, and the quality of the people and the expertness of the people. So good times are coming, guys. Hang in there. Hang in there. Good times are coming. And I know if we don't get the bill passed soon with payments and help for everybody, that I know who will make sure we get that. So take good care of yourself, everybody. I love y'all to bits. Yes, we're going to do a live stream next week too. So I'm excited. Yeah, 12/20. Yep, and then I'm going to do it the Sunday after Christmas. Don't forget, Miss Mary Mayhem is doing a free mystery quilt. So check her out. I'll put a link in the listing. Okay, guys? You are the best. Thank you again to Miss Susan. I couldn't do this without her. When she had a couple weeks off, we were lost without her. So everything's better with Susan. So take good care. Take some time to do something just for you. We need it. It's tough times out there. We need to take good care of ourselves. You are the best. Effie Gray on Netflix. Wonderful movie. Miss Emma Thompson, who I'm in love with, wrote it. So Effie Gray on Netflix. Check it out. Take good care. Mwah. And it's a true story, too. Mark and I looked up the history while we were watching it. Take good care, everybody. I will see you next Sunday. Oh, there's Cheryl Hogan. I love seeing all of you. Thank you so much. You lift me up. Thank you. Y'all the best.